The 80-20 rule of self-improvement, how to work smarter, not harder. All right, let's talk about what the 80-20 rule of self-improvement actually looks like in practice. First, if you're not familiar, the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto Principle, states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. This applies to almost everything in life: business, fitness, learning, relationships, and yes, self-improvement. The trick is figuring out which 20% of your actions lead to 80% of your results, and then doubling down on those actions while cutting the rest. But how do you actually apply this in real life? Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Identify what actually moves the needle. The first mistake people make when trying to improve themselves is thinking that all efforts are equal. They're not. You don't get better just by being busy. You get better by being effective. Think about fitness. If your goal is to build muscle, spending hours doing random exercises is inefficient. Instead, you'd focus on compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses because those movements deliver the biggest gains. The same logic applies everywhere. So, start by analyzing your past efforts. What actions have given you the biggest return? Look for patterns. If you're learning a new skill, which study methods have actually helped you retain information? If you're networking, which types of conversations have led to real opportunities? Once you identify what works, cut out the fluff. Don't waste time on things that don't move the needle. Step 2. Optimize for high-impact habits. Now that you know what matters, it's time to build habits around those high-impact actions. And here's the key. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Let's say you want to get in shape. Instead of an overcomplicated 6-day workout split, focus on just 3 key workouts per week. That's enough to see real progress without burning out. Or if you're trying to improve your knowledge instead of passively watching hours of content, commit to reading 10 pages a day or writing a short summary of what you learned. Small, consistent actions compound over time. The point? Make it simple. Make it sustainable. When you optimize for consistency over intensity, you avoid burnout and get exponential growth in the long run. Step 3. Eliminate the 80% of wasted effort. Most people don't struggle because they're doing too little. They struggle because they're doing too much of the wrong things. Think about your daily routine. How much of it is actually productive versus just keeping you busy? Scrolling social media? Probably not giving you results. Reading self-help books without applying them? Waste of time. Saying yes to every meeting or project? Likely unnecessary. To truly level up, you need to cut the noise, set boundaries, remove distractions, delegate low-value tasks when possible. Your focus should be on the few things that actually matter. A great way to do this is by doing a weekly review. At the end of each week, ask yourself, 1. What went well? 2. What wasted my time? 3. What do I need to do more of? This reflection helps you adjust and refine your approach, keeping you on track with what actually works. Step 4. Leverage the power of deep work. One of the most powerful applications of the 80-20 rule is in your work and learning process. Instead of multitasking or constantly context switching, block out focused time for deep work. For example, instead of half working while checking emails and messages, set aside 90-minute focus blocks where you work without interruptions. This one shift alone can double or triple your productivity. Deep work is the key to mastering any skill quickly. Want to learn a language? Spend an hour in full immersion rather than spreading it over random 5-minute sessions. Want to write better? Block out distraction-free time and write without editing as you go. Focused effort always beats scattered effort. Step 5. Use the 80-20 rule in your social life. Self-improvement isn't just about personal habits. It's also about who you surround yourself with. Not all relationships are equal. If you analyze your social life, you'll realize that 80% of your happiness and growth comes from just 20% of your relationships. So take a step back and evaluate. Who are the people that genuinely inspire, challenge, and support you? Who are the energy drainers, complainers, or people who bring you down? Once you identify your high-value relationships, invest more time in them. Strengthen those connections. At the same time, start distancing yourself from toxic or unproductive relationships. Time is finite. Spend it with people who make you better. Step 6. Apply 80-20 thinking to learning and personal growth. When learning anything new, you don't need to master everything. You just need to master the most impactful parts. For example, learning a new language? Focus on the 500 most common words. Picking up a new skill? Master the core principles first. Trying to improve your finances? Understand the basics of budgeting and investing before worrying about complex strategies. By focusing on the most useful 20%, you get 80% of the results without wasting time on unnecessary details. Step 7. Make small tweaks and iterate over time. Here's the thing. Self-improvement isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. You don't have to get everything right immediately. The key is to start with a few high-impact habits, track your progress, and adjust as you go. Treat life like an experiment. Try things. Keep what works. Drop what doesn't. And most importantly, don't overcomplicate it. Final thoughts. The 80-20 rule is one of the most powerful mental models you can use in self-improvement. Instead of spreading yourself thin trying to do everything, focus on doing the right things really well. Identify the 20% of habits that drive 80% of your progress. Eliminate the unnecessary. Prioritize deep, focused work. Invest in high-value relationships. Keep things simple and sustainable. The more you apply this principle, the more you'll realize that success isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. So next time you're about to spend hours on something, ask yourself, is this really part of the 20% that matters? If not, pivot, simplify, optimize, and watch your results skyrocket. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.